Google just dropped something huge for AI developers, especially if you code in Go. It's called ADK Go. And trust me, this might completely change how Go developers build AI agents. And in this video, I will break down everything you need to know. So let's start simple. ADK stands for Agent Development Kit. Now imagine you are trying to build your own AI agent. Not just a chatbot that gives you answers, but a real autonomous system. Something that can think, plan, take actions, maybe even use tools, connect to APIs, or talk to other agents to complete a task. That's exactly what ADK helps you do. It's like a toolbox created by Google that makes building these kinds of intelligent systems much easier and safer. If you have ever worked with frameworks like LangChain or AutoGen in Python, you can think of ADK as Google's version of that concept, but with a twist. Because here, Google isn't just providing a set of libraries, they're offering a complete framework with deep integration into Google Cloud, Vertex AI, and their Gemini models. So it's not just about connecting an LLM, it's about creating a whole ecosystem where agents can securely reason, take actions, and even collaborate. Now here is where things get interesting. Up until recently, ADK was only available for Python and Java developers. But now, Google has dropped something completely new. ADK Go, as I told you, an open source version of ADK built specifically for developers who love working with the Go programming language. And trust me, this is a big deal because Go is known for its speed, concurrency, and reliability. It's widely used for backend systems, cloud services, and even microservice architectures. So bringing AI agent development to Go means developers can now directly build and run AI logic inside their backend infrastructure without needing to switch languages or depend on Python layers. And even if you are not a Go developer, don't skip this update because what Google is doing here is setting a standard for multi-language agent development. That means tomorrow you could see ADK versions for JavaScript, Rust, or even C++, and all of them will follow the same design, making AI development far more unified and predictable. Now that you understand what ADK really is, let's move on to the fun part. What actually makes ADK Go so special and what new things it brings to the table for developers? Because let's be honest, there are already tons of AI frameworks out there. So why is everyone in the developer community suddenly talking about this one? Well, here is the thing. Go or Golang isn't just another programming language. It's literally the backbone of some of the most important backend systems on the internet. Companies like Google, Uber, Dropbox, and Cloudflare use Go because it's fast, lightweight, and super efficient when it comes to building concurrent tasks, which is just a fancy way of saying it can handle multiple things at the same time without breaking a sweat. So, up until now, if you were a Go developer and you wanted to add AI capabilities, you basically had to depend on Python libraries. That means juggling between two different languages, frameworks, and environments, which was messy, slow, and not very scalable. But now, with ADK Go, that entire limitation is gone. Developers can finally embed AI logic directly inside their Go microservers without switching to Python or Java. So your backend, your APIs, your automation pipelines, they can all directly interact with AI models, plan tasks, or even talk to other agents. Now let's break down some of the key features that make ADK Go so special. Number one is full support for Google's A2A protocol or agent to agent. This one is a game changer. The A2A protocol basically allows different AI agents built in different languages to communicate with each other. So if you have built one agent in Python using ADK and another one in Go using ADK Go, they can actually talk, collaborate, and share information natively. Think about it like a shared AI ecosystem, where your Go backend can send tasks to a Python data agent and both can coordinate to finish a complex job. No middleware, no API mess, just direct AI to AI communication. Number two is integration with the MCP toolbox or databases. Now this is something backend developers will absolutely love. ADK Go comes with integration for the Model Context Protocol or MCP toolbox, which basically gives your agent access to over 30 plus databases as tools. That means your Go-based AI agent can directly query databases, update tables, fetch structured data, or even reason about what's stored without you writing tons of extra boilerplate code. If you're handling multiple databases or data APIs, this integration can save you weeks of manual work. Just by declaring a few tools, your AI can automatically pick the right one for each task. Number 3 is same core abstractions as other ADK versions. So if you have ever used ADK in Python or Java, this will feel familiar. It includes the same concepts like agents, tools, workflows, and orchestration, meaning the logic stays consistent across languages. That's super helpful for teams working in multi-language environments. You could have a Python team building data agents and a Go team building backend agents, and both will follow the same ADK pattern. Number 4 is open source under Apache 2.0 license. And yes, the best part, it's completely open source. The code is live right now on GitHub under the Apache 2.0 license. So you can explore, contribute, modify, or even extend it for your own AI project without worrying about licensing issues. This also means the developer community is going to grow fast around it. So expect tons of plugins, integration, and community tools soon. Number 5 is flexible deployment, local or cloud. ADK Go isn't limited to local testing. You can run your agents locally while developing, and when you are ready, deploy them straight to Google Cloud Run or Vertex AI Agent Engine. That's a huge win because it gives you the same flexibility as traditional backend apps. Build locally, test it real time, then scale globally. Talking about the technical side, the Go version is fully interoperable with other ADK SDKs, meaning your Go-based AI agent can literally collaborate across languages. Let's say your data processing agent is written in Python and your backend automation agent is written in Go. With ADK's A2A or agent-to-agent protocol, they can talk to each other, share context, and even coordinate tasks seamlessly. Now, this is where Google's engineering mindset really shows. They have made ADK Go model agnostic, which means you are not locked into just Google's model like Gemini or PALM. You can actually plug in open source model like Llama, Mistral, or even local LLMs if you prefer running things on your own infrastructure. This kind of flexibility gives developers freedom. You can pick the model that fits your project's goals, cost, or privacy needs. And the cool part is, ADK abstracts away all the heavy lifting. So whether you are calling a Google model or an open source one, the interface remains exactly the same. Now, here is something that really stands out. Built-in safety, evaluation, and tracing tools. If you have ever experimented with agents before, you know that once you give them tool access, things can go sideways if you're not monitored properly. That's why ADK Go comes with a complete monitoring system backed right in. You can track every action your agent takes, what tools it used, what inputs it processed, and why it made a certain decision. Another big feature that developers will love is state and memory management. In simple terms, your agent isn't starting from zero every time it runs. It can remember context, trace ongoing tasks, and even store artifacts like generated reports, code snippets, or user responses directly inside the ADK framework. This means your agents can behave more like a real intelligent assistants that understand continuity, not just one-shot responders. For example, if your agent helped a user analyze a dataset yesterday, it can remember that session context today without reloading everything from scratch. This not only saves compute cost, but also makes the user experience smoother and more human-like. So here is a pro tip that I want to give you. So if you are building enterprise-grade AI systems, use ADK's tracing and evaluation tools early. Don't wait till production. Run your agents in test mode, log everything, and build dashboards to visualize their reasoning chains. That little bit of setup in the beginning can save you days of debugging and prevent unpredictable behavior later. Alright, now let's be real for a moment. Whenever a new technology drops, especially something as powerful as Google's ADK Go, it's super exciting. But at the same time, it's also important to look at the other side of the coin, right? Because that's what separates hype from real understanding. So let's talk about a few challenges and limitations you should know about before you jump in. So first up, remember that ADK Go is still pretty new. That means the community around it, the tutorials, open source tools, libraries, and discussion forums is still growing. You will find tons of resources for Python-based ADK because it's been around longer. But for Go, it's still catching up. So sometimes, if you get stuck on something, you might not find a ready-made solution or Stack Overflow answer immediately. But the good news is, because it's built by Google and fully open source, the community is expanding fast. So if you are an early adopter, this is actually your chance to become one of the people shaping how others use it later. Now, one thing many developers might notice, some advanced features like streaming responses or complex multi-step workflows may take a little longer to mature compared to Python. Python has had a head start, and since a lot of AI tooling world revolves around Python, it's naturally more mature there. So for now, if you want to build extremely complex dynamic workflows like an agent that chains multiple models, tools, and user sessions, Go's ecosystem might not have all the polished utilities yet. But again, that's just a temporary phase. Once more developers jump in, those gaps will fill quickly. Another thing to keep in mind, if you are not using Google Cloud, you might need to do some extra setup manually. ADK Go works best when it's tightly integrated with Google's cloud infrastructure. That's where you get the most seamless experience with model management, monitoring, and scaling. But if you are self-hosting or using AWS or maybe even a local environment, you will have to configure a few things on your own, like authentication, storage paths, or model endpoints. It's not too hard, but yeah, it does require some technical setup. So getting started with ADK Go is surprisingly simple. The first step is simple. Visit the official documentation. You can find it in this link, or I will give you the link in the description. You can check out. The docs are clean, beginner friendly, and filled with short code examples that make it super easy to understand how the toolkit works. My personal tip, don't just read it. Follow along in your own code editor, because with ADK Go, it's very hands-on. Once you have checked out the docs, head over to GitHub and clone the Go repository from here. That's where all the official code lives, including campus, quick starts, and ready to run demos. If you are new, start with your Hello Agent Quick Start. It's like the hello world of AI agents. You will learn how to spin up a basic Go agent, give it a name, connect it to a model like Gemini or PLM, and attach one single tool, maybe something like a calendar or a simple API fetcher. It's the perfect first step to see how everything connects together, the model, the tools, and the logic flow. Now, once you get comfortable with that, you can start exploring something called the MCP Toolbox integrations. After you have built and tested your first few agents locally, the next step is deployment. You can easily deploy your Go agents on Google Cloud Run or Vertex AI Agent Engine. And the thing I like is that you don't have to rewrite anything. The same Go code you run locally can scale directly on Google Cloud. That's the beauty of ADK. It's built to go from local testing to global production seamlessly. I have added all the important links down in the description, the docs, the GitHub repo, and a few example projects to get you started. And hey, if you found this breakdown helpful and it cleared your doubts, don't forget to hit the like button, because it really helps the channel and tells me that you enjoy this deep dive, no fluff explanation. Also make sure to subscribe and turn on notifications. Alright, that's it for today's video.